I got some water and some chocolate.
You're so sweet.
Okay, here we are with Joelle. We're obviously going to be showing you guys how she makes her candles. We're going to be chatting about what made her start doing this in the first place and the importance of having clean fumes in our homes.
I've always been into candles, and like obviously having candles in the home, I think just lighting some up after a long day is just kind of creates that just relaxing atmosphere in the house. By the way, candle making, it actually does take quite a bit of time. I'm not going to make too much today. When making candles, you do need to create a double boiler effect. I just kind of do this kind of DIY thing. I mean, you can use a stainless steel. Sorry, I've not added the wax in yet because I'm just waiting. It's good to kind of get this heated up first. Now I'll go and get the wax. I won't fill it up too much. Okay, cool, let's go. Right. And we'll just let that be. You just really want it to melt.
So, Eco Soy is melting.
Eco Soy is melting, 100% Eco Soy. You do need to calculate how much wax you're melting, because when adding in the fragrance, which we'll then later on see, adding too much will create kind of the candle to sweat. What happens is it's got too much fragrance in it, it's got too much oil in it.
Right.
It's kind of like an example, just kind of the wax sweating around. I mean, these ones are fine, it's just it's melting, but just an example of what it may look like. And then obviously too little just won't be enough for there to be a strong smell. Soy wax in general doesn't retain fragrance as strong as paraffin wax, obviously. Basically, these are cotton wicks, but they are wax coated. Just obviously logically, if you were to kind of burn a cotton wick that hasn't been waxed, it can be hazardous. A waxed wick kind of helps it stay lit for longer. This needs to go up between 170 and 180 degrees. That's when it's kind of at a suitable temperature. It's fully melted and it is currently on almost 180 degrees. So 180 degrees, that is the perfect temperature. That's the melting point that we want it to reach. So now it's like a reverse process, I think. We need to now set it aside and let it cool till it reaches roughly 70 degrees. Alright, and that literally just sets. Shall I show you how we do this? So this literally takes forever, but we've currently got it down to 110. I'm just going to go ahead, but in an ideal world, you do want it to settle to 70 degrees before you add any fragrance oil, because you don't want it to evaporate. Right, with our little glasses, what to do is you get your candle wick. They help stable the wick in place. That just kind of ensures that it does stay centered. Charlene's gone for the rose. I'm not going to put too much. So I'd probably do this for like 2 minutes, put a timer on, get a little cramp. Right, there's a cold throw and a hot throw, by the way. So a cold throw in the candle is when that smell you get when, say you're in the shop and you're picking up a candle, is that the scent you get when the candle is obviously off. So that's a cold throw scent. And then a hot throw scent is the actual scent you get after lighting the candle. See this one, you can automatically tell I've put too much fragrance in it. Look at those bubbles of fragrance.
Yeah.
This is going to turn pure white. So this now looks yellowish. It will go white. BTW. So yeah, at this point here, it doesn't need to be accurate. I think the last pour is where they kind of need to be leveled and accurate. We've let this cool down and it is now solid. You technically need to leave the candle untouched for a week to give it the time it needs for the fragrance to actually bind in with the wax. So after that's all poured and you've left it to dry overnight, whatever it is, you've literally got to leave it a week. People with not knowing that kind of background information about candles and the effects that they have, me in the past, if I were to see a candle that is, I don't know, whatever expensive price or a cheaper version, I'll just be like, oh, you know, it's gonna burn,
Cheaper
you know,
version.
I'll go for the cheaper one.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna end. You know.
But then also at the same time, even like big branded, without naming any names, but they
Yeah.
cost around like £45
It's
on
true.
average.
No, it's
for
true.
a paraffin wax candle. Roughly, how much does it cost to make?
Oh God, so cheap. If I were literally to make a candle, a paraffin wax candle, it can cost me £2. And just an average on the market paraffin wax candle, the same size as that one, so nothing too big, nothing too small, is literally an equivalent of having a diesel car running in that same room. So if I had a paraffin wax candle, which mind you is everywhere, it's literally everywhere, I might as well literally have a car in the room running, and I'll just be sitting there inhaling it. At the time when I read it, I was just shocked. I was like, that is so crazy. How it's 90%, like 90% on the market. That is a massive number. I think for me, the turning point was when reading all of that. You know, I just at that moment felt a sense of responsibility.
Definitely.
Like, absolutely. It was just like, I don't think I can light a paraffin candle again. And I don't need to. Why would I? Like, genuinely, why would I put my family or, you know, my parents or my brother or my sister in harm's way just because, yeah, I'm just going to go and buy a paraffin candle because this brand is making it. I feel like when we speak about health and, like, you know, being eco-friendly and, you know, just creating better alternatives for ourselves, you know, we automatically think about better food choices, or, you know, these days now it's about getting an electric car over like a diesel car, etc., etc. And I feel like all of these like small but vital details or everyday things in our lives are getting missed, or they're not kind of talked about as much. See, that is just 100% soy. It's literally liquid.
And there's no soot, and there's no like,
It's just
black.
pure. And you can see how clean. Look, I can literally put my finger into that. That there is an oil. Didn't I? Yeah. Look,
It
you
won't
can see
harden, yeah.
It won't harden at all. So where these come in handy is when you put in kind of aromatherapy oils in there. And then literally it's kind of used for that kind of hot oil massage. So when we were kids and we used to put our fingers in
that was
the
the fun
candles
part.
and peel them off, that does not happen.
So that's it. That's my little candle. I'm just gonna wait for it to set and then I'm gonna take it home. Do check her out. It's the jayaroma.com and I'll put a little thingy here. Bye.
Bye.